What's shaking, Mega Maniacs? Welcome to the Raw post show on MegaPowersRadio.com. Raw just finished up here on Monday, September 22nd, and man, we're just continuing down the path of these Raws that are not lighting our worlds on fire. I don't know what we can expect from this edition of the Raw post show. Again, if you're tuning in for superior wrestling talk, going in depth about how moved we were about things, can't promise too much for you, but you know what I can promise you is we are going to have fun. As always, this is the most interactive post-Raw experience available. We're going to be inviting all of you to tune in, give your opinions about the things going on, or whatever the heck else is on your mind. We got the chat room open, already got a few cool people in there. We got the phone lines opening up in just a bit. We already got people lining up, but if you want to get yourself in line, dial area code 760-512-7247. In the meantime, we're going to start with myself and the panelists. My name is Mike Paden, station director here at Mega Powers Radio. Introducing the rest of the dudes, I got first off the leader of the Drew crew, the college boy, Mr. Drew White.
And also Mr. McDonald's in the bank, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Also with us, the lead host of Addicted to Anime here on Mega Powers Radio, with an episode coming up, I believe, this weekend, and he'll have a little bit more to tell you about that. And of course, the leader of the Unanimous Decision MMA project, Mr. Stephen Wago. How you doing?
I am doing good, and this week's Raw was at least better than what we've had previously, so there might be an extra couple minutes of discussion for tonight.
Yeah, maybe we'll extend it from like 5 minutes to 8 minutes compared to what we had last week.
We're moving up
Mr.
the world.
Tony, we also have Mr. Tony Mango, the leader of SmartOutMoment.com and Fanboys Anonymous. What's shaking, Mr. Tony?
What's up, everybody? Woo! Raw.
Woo! Pyro
Excited.
and Ballyhoo. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, regular old box social here.
You know what actually is exciting? And we can start the show off on a positive note. I had some time to stop with a very special guest of the show and re-record some new clips. So we now have new sound bites for Time Cow.
Nice.
Fuck, he sounded pissed off.
Yeah, Time Cow is on a whole nother level. He's even getting more pissed off at Raw now. Like, Time Cow, what do you got to say about Raw? Yeah.
Should I leave now? Because Time Cow's not going to, you know.
Oh, man, the chat room's looking awesome tonight. Speaking of awesome, because we got Awesome Piano Man in his house. We still haven't figured out what exactly he is, though. But 5 times combo making his return. Good to see you making it back. And Ferris419 still repping us good and strong. So, guys, let's start things off, as we usually do on here, where I go around to our panelists here and ask you what the number one thing you took away from the show was. Tony, why don't you start us off?
I should not be watching Raw. I should be watching Gotham and The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people posting about how tonight is this like crazy awesome night in television just because there's just all these shows to watch.
Plus, it's like the premieres and everything, and you know, I mean, Raw already had their super amazing season premiere with Randy Orton and Chris Jericho, so you know.
I'm definitely interested to catch Gotham when I get the opportunity, but we'll talk more about that on another point, I'm sure. But Mr. Stephen Wago, what did you take away from the show tonight?
What I took away is the most interesting point of Raw right now is the storyline going on between two guys whose career was previously dead, and that's Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. I don't know about the rest of you, but even more so than Dean Ambrose, those two have been keeping me entertained. I actually kind of like the Damien Mizdow and Black Dolph Ziggler.
I was about to say, you got to give some credit to Damien Mizdow in this, too. I'm not sure how much into R. Ziggler I am, but Damien Mizdow has just been great. Just how he's always just like half a second delayed after what the Miz is doing, but otherwise copy.
No. Ziggler does not need R. Ziggler, okay? We saw that tonight. You know, he's better without his stunt double.
Well, anyway, the match quality between those two is very good, and I'm always worried about how The Miz is going to perform, but he's shaken off any doubts that I had.
I like how 5 times combo just went and called you out for just calling him Black Dolph Ziggler.
I couldn't think of his name. That's how bad they are with our troop. He's just become forgotten.
Oh, isn't he the guy who broke the number in Bo undefeated streak.
Yeah, that was fucking worth it, right?
Oh, totally. Just so he could be the stunt double for Dolph Ziggler. Oh my goodness. All right, Mr. Drew White, what's the number one thing you took away tonight?
Well, the one thing I took away from was that it was okay to miss for all to go get McDonald's.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the most pissed off one. I was saving that one.
What'd you do, fist the fucker? Jesus.
You could have probably saved it, because I'm probably going to say something later that will call for it.
Oh, he'll be back.
Oh, fuck.
Well, we want to hear what everyone out there thinks. The chat room, please give your opinions out there. Everyone's getting their introductions out of the way. We got a couple more people have showed up since I last introduced. We got Creepers on the radar in there now. Newcomer, I believe, CCC2. I don't think I've seen you be here before. Welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for showing up. Welcome to the... But you already knew that.
CCC1 is so much better.
But that's none of my business.
We also still got a few guests hanging out there. I'm going to go ahead and do my regular plug. If you are a guest listening to us on Blog Talk Radio Live, go ahead and get yourself registered so that you can scroll down and join all these cool people in the chat room. It's like 2 conversations going on at once. It's always a crazy time. There's lots of cool fans we have in there every single week. And sometimes they get a little racist, too. Go ahead and apologize for that.
What are you going to do?
To be fair, though, I've seen that joke popped around a few times this week.
It's a good joke, though.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even know what the heck to even really start the conversation off on tonight. I guess I'll just ask you guys how you thought this show worked as far as following up Night of Champions and setting us up going forward for Hell in a Cell. Do you think we really got anything in regards to those 2 selling points of what Raw should have been tonight? And I'll just open that up to you guys. Whoever wants to chime in, go ahead.
Well, first off, I don't know what the direction for Brock Lesnar is going to be, or if there is one for this upcoming pay-per-view. And I'm interested in seeing who gets paired off with who for the upcoming show too. I imagine we're going to get Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, but that might make us end up with John Cena versus Randy Orton, which I'm not in favor of. So I'm left with more questions than answers, and sometimes that's a good thing. So,
and would that mean we're going to get Mark Henry and Rusev again? Or hell, what is Bray Wyatt going to do? Bray Wyatt wasn't even on the show tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that just don't have anyone to be paired up with, and it's partially due to people leaving and people getting injured. So I'm left with a lot of questions. I bet they've had a whole bunch of rewrites. So I'm interested in seeing what happens next week. Just for that.
All right. Anyone else got any thoughts they want to chime in about the topic?
Sucks. They're not doing anything good.
It's better. Hey, it's better than the Raws we had before Night of Champion. That's for sure. It was just a minute Raw. I don't remember shit. There was a bunny.
We'll be positive. This Raw was slightly better than the last, 3 or 4 weeks where we've just been so depressed with it. But it's not up to caliber of what we want. We're still a little disappointed.
It's not slightly better. It's a lot better. But the Raws were complete shit. So a lot better is still below average or average at this point. Got to pick up their game from here.
Awesome Piano Man saying, I bet no champion for Hell in a Cell. Brock is I'm too important for Hell in a Cell.
He is too important for Hell in a Cell.
It's too important for life, yo.
No, Brock had one of the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time with The Undertaker. Why can't he do something else in it?
Because he's too important now. He can't top that. He's got to do other things.
Why no? Him and Cena should totally do a Hell in a Cell match. It makes sense. There wasn't a proper conclusion to their last match.
Yeah, but then there's the issue with me having to watch that match for a 4th time, and I haven't got interest in that anymore.
WWE doesn't give a shit.
The problem with this last match is they tried to make it a typical wrestling match, just stay inside the rules of a typical match and do regular wrestling moves, and it just did not work. Now, if they're in a Hell in a Cell, they can get vicious and hardcore again, which is where those guys exceed.
Here's the issue. As far as Hell in a Cell goes, I don't give a fuck about that match anymore. Ever since you took that element of escaping, getting on the roof, it's boring. And if you are going to be getting locked inside, I hate to say it, but I want to see blood and a lot of it. A cage match without blood's fucking boring.
Okay, I understand those points, but here's the problem. The pay-per-view is named Hell in a Cell. We're getting Hell in a Cell matches regardless. So we're definitely getting Hell in a Cell matches, and out of the possible Hell in a Cell matches we can have right now, besides Ambrose and Rollins, what else can we really look to have as a Hell in a Cell matchup?
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, sure, okay. I don't know. Anyone have any other thoughts about their direction towards Hell in a Cell for this week?
They're still on cruise control.
Yeah, they're definitely on cruise control. They're definitely phoning in. There better be a pretty darn good not Hell in a Cell, a good Summer Series coming up, but they're gonna just phone it in like they have been.
Now, it's not uncommon for WWE to lighten things up throughout the summertime and possibly get experimental every once in a while, something they might not normally do.
So Night of Champions was last year's Battlefield ground. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I'm asking at what point should we expect things to cook back up again?
TLC.
After TLC. No, I'm going to go after TLC.
I think TLC itself will actually be fantastic. They normally deliver on that show.
What I've been seeing for the past few years is this trend where it's like Hell in a Cell is very obviously a B pay-per-view, where whatever they do before that, whether it's Battleground or it's, in this case, Night of Champions or whatever, that's the thing that sets up Hell in a Cell, and then they're just kind of like, here's Hell in a Cell 2. And then Survivor Series should be the time where they just go, all right, we really kind of phoned it in for Hell in a Cell, but we're going to end up making up for it for Survivor Series because it's, one of the big 4 pay-per-views, guys. Let's really get into this. But then they actually don't want to put the effort into Survivor Series anymore, and that's why we've been hearing all these stories where they want to get rid of it and everything. And for Survivor Series, we'll get one important match for the title, one important match outside of it, and then a bunch of random mix-matched mid-carders fighting each other until they just decide that here's 5 of them against 5 of them, and that's your Survivor Series match. And Survivor Series will be a letdown, and then TLC they'll actually put some effort into it because then they're going to realize, fuck, the Royal Rumble is right around the corner, and we got to do 2 months worth of stuff at TLC to get us to the Royal Rumble, and then they go into panic mode. And then when they're in the panic mode, WWE tends to do pretty well because then they're fucking throwing shit all over the place and they're trying new things and they're really going crazy. The time period that we're in right now, they're going, all right, we've got this plan of Brock Lesnar and Cena, so we don't need to put any effort into it. It's just Cena being Cena, Brock Lesnar being Brock Lesnar. And in the meantime, we've got Seth Rollins, and he'll interfere and be Seth Rollins. And then everybody else, I don't know, just throw a bunch of roll-ups out there.
There's potential for Survivor Series, though, this year, and I think it comes with the Authority being a lot stronger this year. I would be interested in seeing a main event Survivor Series tag match if they want to do it. And there's rumors that Roman Reigns might be returning then. If they want to do the surprise 5th, 6th partner, it's the perfect guy to do it with. So,
has this Authority storyline been going on a year now? What time did that start last year? Yeah, it was around SummerSlam. Yeah,
that's when it became a big deal.
It was when Triple H turned heel and Pedigree. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! JD's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, JD, no. But dude, there's been a lot of people in the Authority. Now that you look at it, there's been a lot of people on it.
Yeah, it's actually a legit stable when you think about it. And I really realized that when they've been coming out the last few weeks and they just stand on the stage across as a line, you really see it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It might be a bit early. Who knows how long they're going to pull out this Authority thing? But how do you think this could be one of the greatest stables of all time? Even though they really haven't meant shit.
No, I mean they're not done yet. I mean we could see what else they get, but at this point, no, not even close.
Yeah. See, I'm actually kind of sad for Randy Orton. He never got his rematch for the title. He never got his one-on-one rematch.
Oh, we're also heard about it. Also, Piano Man saying the Authority won't ever be so big because they don't have the big guy.
Big guy. Me.
Oh, that's a huge bonus if they get a 6-time world champion.
No, he's a 5-time world champion.
No,
he should be a 6-time.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah, no. He's going to be the surprise 6th man at Survivor Series for the
legit,
Authority.
Though, he would be a good addition to the Authority.
You know,
I think he needs
the Kane role.
I think he needs a babyface run to revive him. I really do.
Yeah, actually, I really think that they're probably, when he gets back, I think they might try to push him again, and I really hope so, because Ryback has been fucking amazing for the past few months with his videos and the way he acted with Axel. So I'm really looking forward to when he comes back.
What happens to Curtis Axel?
He gets fired for having a bald spot.
They realized he's...
Hulk Hogan had a massive bald spot.
Yeah, but he was the Hulkster dude.
That was the era of big fatties.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have Axel Mania, but I don't think it'll get over. Or Curtis Mania would be worse.
Oh, goodness. All right, we're going to start opening up the phone lines here. If you out there want to get yourself in line to dial in, do it with area code 760-512-7247. To get yourself in line to talk live here on the Raw Post Show on MegaPowersRadio.com. And, of course, all you listen out there, keep the convo going in the chat room as we go in here and take our first caller from the 412 rep in Pittsburgh, Mr. JD. What's shaking, JD?
I heard you guys talk about me just a few seconds ago, so I don't think I had keen hearing ahead of time. Not much, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
Absolutely tremendous, man. Again, we're not too excited about Raw, but we're a little more optimistic, and hopefully we're going to get past this soon. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, you take a look at the ratings. I mean, last week, what were they, 2.79? However, I mean, tonight you had The Voice come back on. You had Monday Night Football, Chicago and the Jets. You had The Big Bang Theory on tonight. You had Gotham on tonight. You also had Dancing with the Stars. You had the Dallas 2-hour finale for Season 3. I mean, it was not one of the better Raws, but at least tonight, however, they kind of did all right for the most part. However, I mean, they did embarrass Jerry the King Lawler, however, which I was happy to see. I was surprised how they did not acknowledge, like I said, Lance Russell in the crowd. I mean, they did acknowledge him in the crowd, but they didn't bring him out to do like a small interview, and it would have been classy to do something like that. But like I said, once again, it just goes to show you the authority continues to be the ass kissers of ass kissing. I mean, you have Seth the Sellout Rollins, Mr. Randy Suck Me Off Orton, and Kane, the biggest douchebag there ever was, being the big bodyguard henchman for Triple H, because obviously they have to have those three guys, however, protect Triple H and Stephanie the Vagina, of course, so go figure. But it was an okay Raw for the most part. I mean, I did like the first match. I was really surprised they went back to the title switch so quickly. I mean, personally, I think it was a crock of shit last night that Miz won by that way, and then tonight they did the same exact thing, only to have Ziggler return the favor, so go figure, I mean, all in all, it was an okay Raw, but I just don't think the ratings are going to be all that great, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I'm glad that Rollins and Cena at the end of the night basically took care of Rollins, however, and that leads me to wonder if we're going to see maybe a Chicago street fight next week, because they're in Chicago next Monday night. We'll have to wait and see what happens, obviously, during the course of the week. But all in all, I mean, you had the whole Nikki thing with Brie Bella. Again, I'm getting sick of that storyline more and more. The Paige AJ thing is starting to wear thin more and more, if you ask me. I mean, I think it's time to bring up Charlotte from NXT. They cannot wait no more. I mean, personally, they didn't have the Wyatt thing tonight. They didn't have Brock and Heyman do like a backstage promo or anything like that. They decided to say, "Oh, Brock, go on home for 3 weeks. We'll bring you back the week before the Hell in a Cell." That's probably when the next time we'll see you, because you deserve a little 3-week vacation and have this 1 week appearance and then go back home for 3 more weeks. But like I've said for weeks on end, guys, I mean, if Brock wants to be a true champion, start making TV appearances more and start being a pussy, okay, and being a bitch. Make your TV appearances more and don't go home being for basically be a pansy, But let's get to the high point and low point before we get to Ask JD anything. The high point, I already said, the best match of the night by far was the opening match. Good opening excitement. The worst match of the night, there were 2 bad things I hated. The whole Divas match with Summer Rae and Natty, just absolutely horrendous. But the Adam Rose Bunny thing, really? Really? To quote The Miz, I mean, that was an absolute cluster F of a match. Why did they even have it? I mean, that's when Raw kind of lost me. And this whole Rusev-Henry thing, I'm getting sick of tired of seeing Rusev and Lana just continue to downplay America. I mean, they just continue to embarrass everyone. I'm sure Vince is getting his jollies off and seeing this happen, how I'm real happy about Rusev and Lana getting the heat they are. But, I mean, someone has to put these freaking commie bastards in their place. I'm getting tired of hearing the same thing. Oh, shut up. America's this, America is this. Go back to Russia, you whore. Go back to Russia, okay? And take Rusev with you. You guys suck. So anyway, I mean, like I said, it wasn't one of the better Raws. It was kind of in the middle this week, so that's my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I think you got that one dead on.
So
right in the middle.
I absolutely hate everything tonight, but yeah, it was a pretty good Raw.
No, it's an average Raw.
All right, I guess we're ready for Ask JD Anything. And by the way, last week, some of you guys who weren't there, I did, and Mike even heard me sing the lyrics to the Piano Man song. I'm sure you guys probably didn't hear that, but if you did, you might want to go back and listen to it in case you didn't hear it. It was pretty funny. But I think we're ready for Ask JD Anything this week. What do you think?
Yeah, we already got a few questions out of the chat room, actually.
Let's go for it. I'm ready.
All right, this one comes from Awesome Piano Man. He asks, "Hey, JD, do you know any other Nikki Bellas that are upset that they can't be Nikki Bella besides the Nikki Bella?"
No, I don't, Piano Man. Good question. If there is one person, however, that could pass off, I mean, I would say no, but I can honestly say Paige more and more is like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I mean, she was acting all bitchy and moody tonight, so I'm going to say no to that question. But if there was Casper the Friendly Ghost, as I said for the last few weeks, however, I'd say Paige passes off as Casper the Friendly Ghost.
All right, 5 times combo asks, "I want to know if there's anyone who JD does not hate in the WWE."
Who do I not hate? Well, I do. I mean, I am a big fan of Roman Reigns, obviously, and it sucks that he's out for this amount of time. I mean, this came at a really bad time for the company. I mean, for him to get injured like this, and now, I mean, I'm not a fan of Cena that much myself either, but I mean, he does put on good matches at times. Dean Ambrose, I'm a huge fan of him. I mean, I like him a lot. And even though he's a corporate sellout and a little bitch boy for the authority, Seth Rollins too. So there's others I like, but those are the top 3 I like right now, if you ask me.
All right. Well, we got one more from the chat room, but before we bring that on, I want to ask anyone from the panel here, do you have any questions for JD this week?
Oh, yes, I have a question. A few weeks ago, JD, I asked you which face of Foley was your favorite? You said you'd get back to me on that one.
Yes, I was waiting for you to get back on the air for that. To answer your question, I will tell you right now which one I like. Cactus Jack, bang, bang. You can't go wrong with Cactus Jack, the king of hardcore.
All right, I'll accept that one.
Yeah.
Why not Mankind?
Mankind was number 3 in my number 2 because I think Dude Love was 3. So I'm gonna put. I think Cactus had more of a straight edge hardcore style when you fought guys like Sting and Terry Funk, and teamed up with guys like Mikey Whipwreck and that. Yeah. So that's why I'm gonna go with Cactus for the slight edge.
So this standard Mick Foley is 4th on your list, then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Jay, I actually got something non-wrestling here I feel like asking. In your opinion, what was the movie of the summer this year?
Ooh, wow. Movie of the summer. I haven't seen it yet, however, and I've been wanting to see it, however, is Guardians of the Galaxy. I have not seen it, but I keep hearing from you guys in that. I've been wanting to see it. I hope to see it very soon. I do want to check it out, so I would have to say that would be the movie of the summer.
That's a very good choice. I would actually be up for agreeing with you. I haven't seen them all, but I saw that. Yep. I saw the Ninja Turtles movie, and Ninja Turtles was a massive disappointment. Guardians of the Galaxy was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
wait.
I'll tell you about the big disappointment was Tammy, that one with Melissa McCarthy.
I remember you were excited about that one.
Yeah, and it's found to be a dud. Don't go see it. Don't see it. Don't rent it.
So wait, Paden, you thought TMNT was going to be good when it's a Michael Bay film?
Well, he didn't direct it. He
was one of the people. It doesn't matter. He was one of the people involved with it.
He was still Ninja Turtles.
He just run around on set making explosion noises.
So wait, you took my pyro? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Took his mojo.
Michael Bay made a really good music video. The Meatloaf's "I'll Do Anything for Love" music video. Super cool. right, we got two more questions here.
What was the thing of Anything for Love? I think they did something like that. They made it into a commercial, I think, and made fun of that song too. But that's beside.
The
Go up to
Pepsi commercial?
questions. It was a commercial of Anything for Love, and I won't do that or this. I forget who sang. I knew Meatloaf sang it, but then they made fun of the song too. I forget who made fun of the song. It was something. It was either in a movie or a TV show. I won't do that. I forget it. I'll have to bring it up next week. I'll find the video and let you know about it next week. But go on with the questions.
Let's head on to the last two questions we got here. We got one from Creepas Under Radars who asks, would you be more accepting of the whore Lana if she was your butt girl?
No. She can go blow Rusev, she can blow Orton, she can blow anyone for all I care. She's a freaking skank.
Oh. Poor Lana.
I think I could be convinced if she was my butt girl, but that's just me. Awesome Piano Man asks, who, if any, of the Mega Powers people would you see as a butt boy for the Authority?
Wow. Well, it depends on who is a big rah-rah cheerleader for the Authority. Like
just say me because it's the easiest answer. Just say me.
All right, I'll say you. What the hell? Why not? I'll be a nice guy and say you. Yep, you get it tonight.
All right.
I feel like anyone would say me in the chat, so I feel like that would have been the easy answer.
Drew?
Yes.
Drew?
Yummy.
There we go.
All right. We actually got one last one here. This is from Austin Piano Man, who's going to be our music guy. It seems he's asking, can you sing the $9.99 music video song?
Sorry, I can't do it, unfortunately. However, I wish I could. Not tonight. I can't do it. Sorry. I'll work on it for next week, though. I'll try to work on it for next week. And I'll also try to find out that, like I said, that the Anything for Love person, because like I said, I saw it in a movie or TV show, however, if you remember them.
All right, JD, another awesome call as every week. So have a good night, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh, real quick, guys, if you get a chance, Thursday night, however, I have my own show. In case you're curious, however, where I talk football and wrestling, all you gotta do is log on to tgtsradio.com. Listen to the Loose Cannon Uncensored. I pull no punches there, 10 to 12. So if you feel free, listen in.
What's that address again?
tgtsradio.com. It's called The Loose Cannon Uncensored. I have my co-host from Pittsburgh as well. His name's Fonzie, and we talk football and wrestling every 2 hours. We just started our show last Thursday night, and we're going to be talking Night of the Champions recap, Raw, and a lot of football this Thursday night. So if you guys want to call in, be sure to listen.
Can we call into the show?
Yes, you can actually.
All right.
Oh man, it's gonna be role reversed. All right. Awesome. For JD and the Fonz, it's gonna be cool. All right, have a good night, JD.
Thanks, guys.
I'm actually calling. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Oh man, I have to work on Thursday. I'm gonna find time anyway.
They might stay on topic better than we do.
Man, I'm gonna bring my bell.
Did anyone keep count this week? I lost it at some point.
Wait, how many bell counts or?
Yeah, I think the bell counts are done.
At one point, I think someone thought you broke the bell, so you know.
No, I was just keeping the bell short so we could finish his plugs. I'm a nice guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. We got someone new in the chat room. Chaotic. I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat room before. Welcome to the Raw Post Show, man. Thanks for coming in with us. The most interactive post-Raw experience available. It's my $9.99. I always tell
just
people
keep
that.
shilling that, Paden. Shill away.
All right, guys. What the heck are we going to start talking about now? Do we want to do the quick draw for Raw? Do we want to do that for this week?
Hell yeah. Now, Drew, quick draw means, like, couple-word answers. No, Okay?
Well, that's kind of like a quick draw. You pull the gun out and go,
I like that name, by the way, the Raw Quick Draw.
The Raw Quick Draw. Yeah.
Just keep acting like you came up with that.
I did.
All right, we got to work on one of those logos where it's just a little D and then the actual Raw logo.
Peyton will just put a fucking football in there.
Hey, football's kind of shaped like a D. Okay. All right. So I'll start the name of the segment, then I'll pass it off to you guys to do your quick review of it. So we had our opening segment with Dean Ambrose where he came out and John Cena came down. They argued over who gets to fight with Seth Rollins. The Authority comes out. Cena and Ambrose chases Rollins out of the building where Seth Rollins steals a car and drives away. Tony?
Good.
Wago?
Good.
Drew?
Above average.
We had The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler for an Intercontinental Championship, along with Damien Mizdow, who came out with his own version of the Intercontinental belt. He had one of the toy ones. It looked very awesome, though. Once again, really enjoying the Damien Mizdow act. Dolph Ziggler, though, returns the favor from last night's Night of Champions and wins the Intercontinental title via a handful of tights during a roll-up. Tony?
With these roll-ups, these are the true butt boys.
Wayo?
Awesome match.
Drew?
It was a match.
Bo Dallas versus Jack Swagger. Apparently, these guys had another match on SmackDown, and this was their rubber match that they had on the weeks before and after the pay-per-view, yet for some reason, they couldn't get a damn match on the pay-per-view. Again, not spelling good for these guys, but whatever. Jack Swagger wins once again with the Patriot Lock. Drew?
This was a not as good match.
Drew? Drew?
My bad. You hear me?
Drew?
Yes.
Drew?
Yes.
Drew?
Yes.
Okay, Wayo?
Wait, what was we on? That threw me off.
Bo Dallas and Jack Swagger.
Can you hear me?
Oh, very meh.
Oh, wait, you guys can't hear me. Oh, wait, okay.
Okay, guys, come on.
Mr. Cotton. Mr. Cotton.
Swagger, come on, guys. Angle.
There goes that quick draw.
Yeah, okay, Wago. Jack Swagger, Bo Dallas.
Meh.
Tony.
Should have been on the pre-show.
Good point. I actually didn't get to catch that peep show.
You're lucky. You missed nothing.
Hey, there was a golden line. Fucking Randy Orton called them Terrence and Phillip, and he created a bunch of memes from it.
Nice. All right, Summer Rae versus Natalya. I believe we actually got to see Rosa Mendez in action. Technically, she was on the winning side because she was in Natalya's corner, who won via her move, right? Didn't she? Actually, I'm not sure who won this match. Tony?
Ms. Personality there, Natalya.
Wago?
I was busy taking a shit.
Drew?
Okay, this fucking sucked.
All right, we had Kane versus Dean Ambrose, which is interesting because actually before the show they were advertising Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. And they ended up just splitting them to face other people. Whatever, not that deep. But Dean Ambrose gets the victory in this after hitting the Dirty Deeds. But before he's able to go for the pin, Seth Rollins ambushes in for the disqualification. Wago?
I wish the match was a bit better quality, and it was kind of a meh ending, so not a big fan of it.
Drew?
What was it again?
Kane versus Dean Ambrose.
I don't fucking care. No.
Chicken McNuggets.
Yes. Chicken McNuggets.
Tony?
So glad that they didn't go with that Orton match so we could get that great Orton Cena main event, huh?
And the Kane Ambrose match. Totally worth it.
Yeah. Nice calls.
We had another series of backstage segments that essentially led to Dean Ambrose chasing Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose getting grabbed by security and locked into a janitor's closet. Drew?
I didn't care.
Wago?
Enjoyed it.
Tony?
Pass.
They had this little video package for Roman Reigns, who had to go into emergency surgery this weekend, if that's news to you. He was not able to compete at Night of Champions this week, and he's expected to be out at least, 3 to 4 weeks? Could be as much as 3 to 4 months, though. So not sure what's going to happen with Reigns. Bad time to happen for him while they're doing this slow burn for him, but I think he's going to be okay in the long run. Video package was kind of neat, though. They did this whole, news center type thing. And they also had these hashtags for you to use. I think it was hashtag #GetWellReigns. Reminds me of back in the day when like Gorilla Monsoon got attacked by Vader and they were asking people to send in the Get Well Soon Gorilla cards.
Yeah,
Only modern because using Twitter.
I remember that. That's when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid kids are going to try to mail with the hashtag.
Tony, what'd you think about that?
At a certain point, can they stop referring to this as breaking news when they've done it for like 7 days in a row or something?
It's broken news now.
Right.
It's not breaking when it's a few days old. It's just news at that point.
Wago?
I don't care.
Drew?
I'm disappointed because that's my man. It's my boy.
Yeah, okay. All right, we had a 6-man tag match featuring the Usos and Sheamus against Goldust, Stardust, and Cesaro. Pretty typical 6-man tag. One of the Usos gets the pin after the splash, and nothing really happens here as we continue on with these two championship peoples going against each other. Tony?
Not bad for filler. Sucks that Sheamus and Cesaro were the worst part of this match. And the Usos, definitely the best.
Wago?
Solid match, accomplished what it needed to do, and that was just full time.
Drew?
What Wago said.
Mark Henry comes out and apologizes for failing his country last evening. Rusev and Lana come out, interrupt him. They end up having another match where Mark Henry gets beaten once again via the accolade. This time, rather than tapping out, he passes out. Drew?
This sucked.
All right. Tony?
I actually fell asleep when Lana was talking, and I woke up right at the end of the match.
You missed a fantastic match.
Crowd killer, and I can't wait for Rusev to get fed to John Cena because I'm sick of his act.
Nikki Bella is out there. She calls out Brie. They bicker for a while. Eventually, Brie slaps Nikki. AJ Lee comes out. AJ Lee has a match with Nikki Bella with Paige on commentary. AJ gets the Black Widow on Nikki for the tap out victory. And again, this was just a segment that didn't really progress too much here. Tony?
I must have fallen back to sleep because I don't remember any of them even coming out.
Wago?
Oh, where did I put him? John, have you seen my fox? I can't find my fox.
That's my line.
Drew?
Layla was looking hot tonight. I don't know if that's a segment, but Layla was looking good tonight.
That was a completely different segment, but
well,
sure,
Layla was
why not?
looking good tonight.
Bet she was.
Yeah, the broads, you know, yeah. All the segments with the broads just kind of blend together. Whatever, you know.
What kind of an accent is that?
I don't know. It's my kind of a scumbag voice. I don't know.
Some guy named Chaz.
They had a commercial where they're starting to promote the SmackDown 15th anniversary. If that doesn't make me feel freaking old. My goodness. I remember watching the first episode of SmackDown when it was The Rock's show. Now it's like the C-Class show. Like, it sucks if you're only on SmackDown now. But whatever.
Wait,
Tony, what do you think about that?
Man, I can't wait to see all the highlights from the last 6 years. All
Wayo?
like, what, 2 of them?
Well, apparently screaming for folks worked because she brought me a muffin.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
Couldn't give a shit about SmackDown, though.
Drew?
So wait, if that's a C show, what's the B show?
NXT.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. We had Kane and Seth Rollins to be at ringside for our main event, which was Randy Orton versus John Cena for the 15 bajillionth time ever. I don't even remember exactly how it ended. There was some kind of schmoz where people stormed into the ring. I'm not sure who actually got the victory, but it was some kind of disqualification. It was pointless. Just a worthless ending to a worthless match on a worthless Raw for the most part. We'll finish this one up then. Drew?
I didn't see it because I was at McDonald's.
Tony?
Just a terrible way to continue the same trends.
Wago?
Blah.
And that is the end of that. My gosh, even just doing the quick review of it was kind of drudging. Oh my gosh, fuck Raw.
It's probably
you know what?
my fault.
Now they went through it again. It was not a very good edition of Raw. Now we're going through. There's a couple good moments, but man, this trend is really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
Right?
Very much so. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, we dedicate 3 hours to watching it, and then another 2 hours doing a post show. So you at least expect something decent. At least you hope for something decent.
Man, I used to complain, but I felt the 2-hour Raws were too long.
3 hours is killing
And
me.
now ever since 3 hours has been a thing, I'd kill for a 2-hour show.
Yeah, it's even more annoying when I fucking hated Night of Champions. And I hated the build up to it. I hated the pay-per-view. And then this was a chance for them to correct their wrongs and to start fresh and to do something different and make up for it. And they didn't. They followed up with the exact same bullshit. So it's even worse when you do that, because then it's like, you give me no reason to care about the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view doesn't follow through. And then afterward, you make me sit through 3 hours of talking about how great the fucking pay-per-view was. No, it wasn't. And you're going to hear the same bullshit for the next few weeks about how great Hell in a Cell is. Well, judging by, at that point, it'll be, 8-9 episodes of Raw and one pay-per-view? If they're all terrible leading up to Hell in a Cell, I'm not going to give a shit about Hell in a Cell either.
The only thing I'm thankful for with the network coming out is I don't have to try and make myself, try and justify to myself that I should buy a pay-per-view. I can do it for $10 a month, that's fine with me, but fuck, if the network wasn't around and they was trying to hype me up to buy a pay-per-view, they'd be doing a piss-poor job.
It's not $10, it's $9.99.
What about you out? They don't like when people support the $9.99 thing.
Right. Why did I say that?
Why did you say it so casually? Like, it's like, oh, right.
That's what Wade Barrett's resorted himself to doing after Triple H stole it.
Triple H just greeted him. Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Which way's the locker room?
Say it, English monkey.
I could so see Triple H screw people on the roster like that. Just act like a persona of them. Just essentially make fun of them when he greets them. That'd be awesome.
I still get a kick out of the idea of fucking Triple H going, "Hey, see, Wade likes my impression. Huh? Told him how to do his gimmick better than he did."
No. When he greets the great Khali, he's like, "Oh yeah, He acts like a big Playboy Punjabi. Oh yeah."
Oh, Awesome Piano Man brought up a good point during that during one of those Divas matches, the one with Nikki Bella in it. Nikki Bella was doing some kind of the only way I could describe it was like a butt press, and Awesome Piano Man was saying how Michael Cole, all he had to say about it was, "I don't know what Nikki Bella's doing to AJ, but it's effective." I don't know what the hell it was, but she was just sandwiching her between her butt and the ropes.
That goes to show you that the commentators don't even give a shit about the product either. They're like, Nikki's doing something. Works. Got that ass, huh?
I don't know what was better, that or last week with frickin' Cameron doing the pin on the stomach.
Yeah, there's some fucking fat douchebag on a forum going, no, women's wrestling's getting better, guys. Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah, the commentary team too, right? Apparently. We were talking in our little chat while the show was going on, and I said to everybody, I think I figured out how Lawler operates. He takes something that somebody else said earlier on in the night or last week, and he repeats it, but he just goes in the middle of doing it too. That's all he fucking does.
Look at that move!
Dean Ambrose will say, I'm going to go kick your ass. And he'll be like, Dean Ambrose, he said he's going to go kick his ass. Ah! It's just he does the same fucking thing every time. That's all Lawler does now. He's resorted himself to repeating stuff and trying to make it seem like he's really excited about it.
But here's the thing. But when the match is over and Michael Cole is trying to explain what's happening, Lawler's going to interrupt him and going, but look at this replay. As you see, he's going off the top ropes with that superplex. Ah!
Well, funny little transition there. You're talking about the replays. Did anybody else catch the thing where they were attributing the beginning of Raw to being superstars?
No.
Sure.
No.
You didn't see that? All right. Well, when they were flashing back and doing the replay of the whole thing with John Cena and Dean Ambrose, instead of having like the Raw previously on this episode or whatever the fuck that they used or whatever,
Previously on this Raw.
The graphic that they used was superstars. Like
yeah, I would only know that if I ever actually watched Superstars.
This was like on the screen at Raw. This was like them going, this is what happened earlier tonight, and it was just a big thing that said on Superstars.
I did not see anything that said on Superstars.
If you go back and watch the first time that they're going back on that...
Oh, God, don't ask me to rewatch Raw. Fuck no.
If anybody is for some reason, they totally do that. Like, even the fucking production truck is just like, just put fucking Superstar. It's the same shit. Nobody's watching any of this garbage. So they're even getting confused about what shows are doing what now. Awful. Fuck Raw.
Awful.
So I have a question. I want to bring this back up. We talked a little bit about it before. Going into Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Cell used to mean something. It used to be something that you blew off a blood feud and you had like this amazing heated rivalry go into it. What they do with Hell in a Cell, besides like just something they just throw in there? I mean, they've done that before. I think they had like Sheamus and Roberto Del Rio in Hell in a Cell once, and it was just completely stupid. So what would be good Hell in a Cell matches we could do right now?
I have no clue. But Ozzy Piano brought up a point about where was the Arrow guy tonight. I'm more interested in that.
Oh, that's right. Stephen Amell was supposed to be there. What the crap?
But to answer your question, I don't know.
Yeah, to be fair, I have no idea what would be a good matchup other than Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins because no feud's being built up.
Yeah. What do you mean? We have that John Cena Rusev feud. Yuck.
Shut up, Drew.
Shut up, Meg.
Man, there really isn't anybody. Everybody had some kind of a feud. It's already done. It's got no real point to it. Like, you can't do Ziggler and Miz because they're just a mid card.
Who won between Bo Dallas and
Swagger? Swagger won the series.
So, bury Bo Dallas? We burying him?
I don't know if I would say buried yet, but I mean, he did lose that series. And it wasn't even on pay-per-view, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. You could have put that on there instead of...
True.
If they don't do John Cena and Brock Lesnar, then the Authority is the only other thing that they could do for Hell in a Cell.
We actually
have some of the NXT guys.
We have a tweet from Curtis Redden, who tweeted at us, the fallout from Night of Champions, who will step up to face the Beast next? Now, who would you guys would say?
Fuck, they've done a piss poor job of coming up with baby faces, haven't they?
Yeah,
Turn Bray Wyatt face. It's the only fucking thing I can think of.
Maybe that's why he's been doing nothing the last couple of weeks, so they could just like let people kind of forget about him and then re-show him as like a babyface.
Oh man,
I'd rather keep him fresh in the mind and tease it.
Well, okay, what about Ryback?
I'd be okay with that.
Is he gonna be back? If Ryback comes back like next week or on like SmackDown or something, that might be one of their top highlights when they do the 15-year.
He's gonna be gunning for that freaking 6-time WWE Championship.
Yeah.
The only way you could really return him is if you have Paul Heyman and Brock Norm doing their normal shtick about being amazing, and you play Ryback's old theme music with the Feed Me More and have him come out on top in a brawl with Brock Lesnar. That instantly puts his stock up through the roof. So
yeah.
I'm going to read some other feedback we've gotten this week. We actually had a lot of interactivity throughout our other channels. Got a few comments here from our YouTube channel. From 5 Times Combo, who's actually with us here in the chat room, actually said, man, I miss you guys. Having school sucks. He tuned into the show on our YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/megapowersradio. Appreciate you still listening to us. Even if you couldn't be here live, folks, there's always lots of way to listen to the show in the archive form. Silent Wind of Doom, who actually just joined the chat room now. Welcome back, buddy. Good to have you back. I believe he said he was at Disney for the week. He left a whole list of various comments here. Ferris actually talked. He was happy to hear Ferris call in. He said he counted surprisingly low 4 howevers. This was before we had the bell, though, so it's a little easier to notice him now. He says he needs to edit together a theme song for the Where in the World is Drew segment. He says Billy Joel is incredible, and Drew, honey, if you don't know who the weirdest person is, it's you. I'm sorry. And
I forgot who the weirdest person on campus is, by the way.
It's you.
No, it's this kid. No, it's this kid in my music appreciation class. He like mutters to himself the entire time, and like he sits like he like no
Drew,
one.
you ride a bike speaking to yourself on campus about cows.
No. That's at fucking 2:00 in the morning. No, I don't do it in the middle of the fucking day. Jeez, we don't do a podcast in the middle of the day.
Yeah, doing it at 2 a.m. in the morning makes it so much fucking better.
Do it at 2 a.m. No, do it in the middle of riding a bike in campus in the middle of the day while everyone's walking around. Like, what the fuck is this kid doing? What does this piece of shit do and think he's better than me? What the fuck?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
All right, we got one last YouTube comment here from Johnny Gibson. He said, God, even when there's nothing to talk about, you guys make an awesome podcast. I listen every week, even through the crappy Raws. It just sucks that I'm in the UK and can't call in. Much love for the show. Appreciate you always listening in, Johnny Gibson. You're always invited to join us if you can. I know the time difference is weird. I believe you could still call in, even if you're from the UK. I don't know what kind of toll lines there are, but you could join us via Skype if you're trying to avoid distance charges. You can always join us, and that's to everyone out there. If you don't want to use your phone, if you don't have a phone, whatever the reason may be, there's always the Skype line that you could dial in and chat with us here live on the Mega Powers Radio Raw Post Show. And of course, let me just go ahead and throw it out there. All the awesome people we got in the chat room right now. It's a whole who's who in there. We got 5 Times Combo, Awesome Piano Man, Creepas on the radars, Ferris 419, Chaotic, and Silent Wind of Doom.
It's a spooky ghost.
And a few guests. Hey, if you're a guest and you're listening to us live, you should go ahead and get yourself registered with blogtalkradio.com so you can scroll on down, join all those cool people I just gave a shout out to, get yourself a shout out whenever I do my regular chat room shout outs, and join the conversation so there's not 1 but 2 chats you get to join in and listen to and have a good time here on Mega Powers Radio.
I just want to mention, it's been a long time since I've seen this many actual usernames in the chat, so I don't know what
is Jeff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a caller, so let's bring on caller from the 540. Caller from 540, you're live on the Raw Post Show on Mega Powers Radio. What's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, I know who it is.
Bada bing, bada boom! John is here!
Oh,
Hey, Paul.
How you doing?
I am not Jay!
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay, not Jay. How you
In
doing?
my best New York accent.
Oh, are you?
That was my best New York accent I did.
Are you Enzo Amore now?
No, I'm 540. Still 540. I just wanted to entertain with my introduction.
Oh, you entertained.
Yeah, the chat room loves you,
Yep.
man. You're always entertaining for the folks here on Mega Powers Radio. How you doing tonight, man? What'd you think of Raw?
Not bad, not good. Just, a little okay. The Ambrose skits were a lot more fun. They were a lot better.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose really coming into his own, and I think he's going to be the guy to really step up in this time period while Roman Reigns is away, where, man, they needed somebody to, and perfect opportunity for Ambrose to maybe take away all that steam that they've been trying to give it to frickin' Reigns. Now he's going to end up on Ambrose. What else?
I agree.
Go ahead.
I can agree with that. Well, you know what? While we talk about that, I can vaguely agree with you on that one. I mean, Ambrose, he's been away for like 4 weeks or 4 or 5, and he's got to step up because Roman Reigns is out, and Cena and Brock Cena and Brock are still Hell in a Cell, and Ambrose has to fight with Rollins once again. But the issuing part, the nice part about this was, I mean, all right, here you have Ambrose locked in that janitor, and security kept an eye on him. And I wonder something. I reflect on this back way years ago. Do you remember when Carlito and Chris Masters lured Kane into the backstage trap? Do you remember that?
You mean, were they like
2005, 6?
Were they like chasing Hornswoggle or something?
Yeah, and Kane getting out of that door. Big Show was like, "What are you doing?" And Kane's like, "There's another door."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Ambrose did. And even if security did see it, I'm sure they would have gotten to Ambrose. But there must have been a trap door in there, because how the hell would Ambrose try to get out of that janitor door is what I'm thinking.
Well, you see, Dean Ambrose is kind of like a mouse, where he could just compress his body and fit through tight spaces.
I can totally vouch for that. And let's not forget he just proved that he's once again a magician. Like, he just came in and boom. Surprise, bitches.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And Rollins, and with that vehicle Rollins took, I'm thinking Rollins needs to be in Grand Theft Auto 2.
Why Grand Theft Auto 2?
6?
Yeah, what's
or
what?
5?
Yeah, but away from the seriousness and silliness, here, getting back on my point with Ambrose and Rollins, here's what I'm thinking what should be going on with Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins. I think you should give Rollins the title, and I think we should have like Rollins cash in the briefcase at like Hell in a Cell, because Cena and Lesnar should be the main event inside Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
I would give Ambrose and Rollins still a feud. And I would have Roman Reigns come back at the Royal Rumble. I would have him win that match. And they would have like a setup to a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the title. Oh. That's one of my ideas. That's what I think should happen.
I don't think that's too bad of an idea. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need to put a title on a match like that. I think you could just do a three-way between those guys and have enough steam behind it. But hell, why not? Make that person be the one who gets himself cemented as the star going forward. And I think there would be a lot of doubt if you go into it on Rollins. I think there's a lot of doubt over whether it would be Ambrose to pick it up or whether it would be Reigns.
Because we're 4 months on the stage to like the road to WrestleMania. So Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. So Ambrose and Rollins, with Reigns gone, Ambrose and Rollins need to step up in order to make the ratings go soft,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, with Ambrose back, there's going to be a whole lot of trouble for him, and I can guarantee you that, like I said, Ambrose or more people have to stop the authority. There's too much going on right now with the authority taking control. And I think Dean Ambrose is just the guy right now to do that. Oh, shut up, Iron Sheik.
Whoa.
That is one big pile of shit.
You can't be talking like that about Sheiky Baby.
I was just teasing, guys. I was just teasing.
Whites win! Whites win! Race wars up, everybody! Whites won again!
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. So what was your high point, low point for tonight's Raw?
The high point, I think, has definitely got to be Ambrose being the going from the janitor to being a magician. Like, shoo! But the least favorite part of the match is Adam as the bunny not being revealed. We have to reveal the bunny. There's a lot of people that saying that Sami Zayn is the bunny.
Mm-hmm.
And if that does happen, then I've seen the matches on WWE Network. I watched the NXT Fatal 4-Way match a few Thursdays ago, and I thought that match was pretty good. Yeah, I think Sami Zayn's the guy in the bunny. Oh, by the way, did you see that new wrestling video game?
Oh, the WWE 2K15. They did debut the trailer for that. Matter of fact, I believe they're doing the roster reveal right now on the WWE Network, which no one else should be tuning into because you're listening to us.
That they did before SummerSlam. I think that the more graphics in this one, kind of like Xbox One, because you know that they're going to take it in November. They're going to release it in November, and Xbox 360 and PS3 will be in it will still have its normal October, you know. I'm really excited to play that game.
All right, man. We're gonna continue talking about that, but we appreciate you calling in, man. You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, goodness gracious. Lots of energy in that guy. I wish I had that.
I hear he runs JeffelZone.com.
Sure it wasn't Croops.com. Oh, goodness gracious. Actually, he brought up something that I wanted to talk about, and I somehow forgot to bring up when we did the Raw Quick Draw. It was the Bunny. The Bunny actually had a match where he teamed with Adam Rose to go against Slater Gator. And man, say what you will, but that Bunny is over. When he got the hot tag, the crowd actually got excited, and people were having fun with the Bunny doing what he was doing. And you know what? If they actually do end up just deciding to reveal it as Sami Zayn, why the crap not? The Bunny's over. It'll start Sami Zayn being over, and then he can go on to do whatever the heck he wants. I'm actually not completely against the idea of them revealing it as Sami Zayn. What about you guys?
But what if they reveal it as Darren Young?
I don't see it as
I don't know how he's going to transfer him from a white guy to a black guy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they can just put some eye paint on him.
We're in an entertainment thing where we've got fake brothers and we've got people changing their names and gimmicks and all that all the time. I don't think anybody's gonna care.
We had 2 Sin Caras.
Yeah.
I actually really like the whole Bunny thing. It's over. But I think if they want to go in the right direction with this, they need to sign Dragon and put them in the main event of WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, and freaking Awesome Piano Man says the Bee needs to manage the Bunny as a perfect package. Oh, where's that Bee been? I miss the Bee.
Tied up in Sean's basement.
You know what I'm saying?
And then Jeff also brought up another good thing to talk about was the video game. They had the gameplay trailer reveal today for WWE 2K15, and it's looking pretty spiffy. I mean, there's a few of those little bits and pieces when they're doing quick cuts where it almost looked like real life, not even just a video game. I mean, geez, these games are getting so freaking advanced. It looked fantastic.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have called this as much as a gameplay trailer as just another trailer. It didn't really highlight any of the gameplay, which personally pisses me off because you can show me pretty models all day, but I actually want to see some substance. So.
Well, no, here's the thing. It was a gameplay because that was gameplay footage. It wasn't like a CGI thing. It was all actual in-game footage. I mean, they used fancier angles and stuff like that, but that's what all the models and all that are actually going to look like. That's huge to see. That's all what real-time stuff going on in the game is going to look like.
Looks nice. I just want to see actual gameplay and see how it flows together.
We'll get to that. We're getting some more information about the roster and things like that. Some weird choices. Xavier Woods, I still don't completely understand why he's in there, but
good. You know that's that Black stable they're starting. That's why.
Well, to be fair, I did hear they're putting NXT DLC on there, so he's a scrub that belongs in NXT.
Now,
so I can job him out.
correct me if I'm wrong. That's only for the next gen systems are going to do that, though, right?
I have no idea as far as what's getting on what, but if they can get more money, they will do it on both.
I could check really quickly for you.
You go ahead and look into that. Guys, I'm actually shocked. We've spent like almost an hour actually talking about wrestling tonight.
So here is, I got the roster up for you. Del Rio is still on the roster.
I saw Rey Mysterio's in there too.
Yeah, we got Batista still on there. Let me go through. Cody Rhodes, not Stardust. I don't know if that's going to change.
DLC.
Must be DLC. Yeah, fuck, dude. They got Sandow still, Curtis Waxel. They got the Hulkamania edition. Oh, yeah, that's a part of the thing. You know, the picture they have for Daniel Bryan, fuck, he looks like such a fucking lumberjack in that picture. How about, do you think, does anyone want, like, Daniel Bryan to just to fucking shave his hair yet?
No, because as soon as he fucking does, here's the thing, every time that, we've not had an updated fucking Daniel Bryan in any video game so far. Every time they bring out a game, he's doing a new stick. The last one, he still has his no entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yep. Well, here's, Jack Swagger is doing his stoner face in this one.
He has a face where he isn't stoned?
Rusev is not on this roster list. I'm on the 2K website too, so this is
Rusev was
definitely in it. He was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, then this one must not be updated then, because
it was really cool actually seeing a CGI potato throw Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the I'm on 2K's website, and they just might not have updated it yet, but this is just the website. I'll go look on different websites. So continue. I meant you guys could continue on now.
Don't you hate Drew? I mean, yeah, continue.
I really don't know where to go from here, guys. You know what I think we're going to do? I think we are going to wrap up the Raw post show. We're going to do the plugs, and anytime we have left here, we're going to stay live. So all you people listening live, I want you to stay tuned. We're going to do an exclusive post show for you live listeners, or we'll just fuck around. Yeah, we've done that before. So
yeah, we're going to cover Crystal Knows Best.
Yeah, exactly. So all you people who are tuning in listening, it's going to become an open forum for you guys. Whatever the hell you want to hear us shoot the shit about, feel free to bring it up and we'll talk about absolutely whatever. But before we get there, let's wrap up this edition of it, doing what we do at the end of every show with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we tell what our favorite part of the show, what our least favorite part of the show was, and what we thought was the most disgusting, embarrassing, terrible part of the entire show was. It's the good, bad, and the ugly, and we like to hear what you got to think about that as well. So if you're in the chat room, drop your good, bad, and ugly, and we'll read it here on the air. In the meantime, though, we'll go around to our panel members and see what they have to say about their good, bad, and ugly. Mr. Tony Mango, why don't you start us off?
I really have no idea what to say for all of them, so I'll just stretch a little bit here and say the good is Ziggler winning the title. That's really a stretch, though, because I have nothing to back it up with. The bad is the continuation of the shitty main events, where you can't possibly consider this being worthy of a 3-hour fucking wait. And the ugly... what was the worst thing of the night like that? Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so sick of it.
Mr. Wago, you're good, bad, and ugly.
Okay, so for the good, it's definitely Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. I think they had a fantastic outing tonight, and it's always fun to see a title change when it makes sense, and I'm okay with these guys hot Rusev being the belt for a while. As far as bad goes, I'm going to go with what Tony said, and it is the shitty main event. I'm burnt out by the third hour, and I need something to get me back into it. This match did not accomplish that. And it's sad. For a while, we had all those Shield and Daniel Bryan matches main eventing, and it was so much fun at the end of the show. Now I dread it. As far as ugly, there was nothing that offensive that I'd be embarrassed to show someone on that show, or at least nothing coming into my memory right now, so no ugly for tonight.
Interesting. Well, my good, I am going to give that to Bunny Mania. Yeah, I'm actually going to give it. When I saw that they actually had the bunny coming out for a match, I actually got a big old smile on my face. I had a lot of fun with that segment. It's the most fun I've had with Adam Rose since the very first time I saw his entrance on NXT, which still in practice is a pretty cool entrance. I don't know what's wrong with Adam Rose, because he actually is a cool character there and it should work, but right now it's the bunny that's over, and it was pretty cool to see him out there like that. My bad, absolutely the stale-ass main event that I had to see a dozen times in 2009 alone, and we still have this crap going on. Enough is enough. I don't need to see John Cena versus Randy Orton ever again, especially if you're not going to do something unique with the match. You're just going to have a stupid DQ schmoz ending. And my ugly, I am going to have to also give that to the Mark Henry and Rusev match. You heard the crowd die a death during that match. It was terrible. It was embarrassing. It was not entertaining in one slightest bit. I'm going to pull one out of the chat room here from Ferris419 saying the good was the return of Ambrose. The bad was the Bella segment. And the ugly, he actually says, was Adam Rose and the bunny. Oh, little disagreement there. Whatever, man. It's your opinion. Cool to have it.
That's definitely a love it or hate it segment.
Yeah, I can understand it. It's cool. Awesome Piano Man. Good is also Dean Ambrose. The bad, anything I fast forwarded through. And the ugly was Nikki Bella's effective move.
It's a butt press. Dun,
barrel,
dun.
barrel. Yeah, it's a butt press. Barrel, barrel. All right. Well, with that, guys, we're going to start closing things out here and head to the end of the show. What? Did I forget Drew?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to continue things on to the end of the show. And I'm sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
Oh, fuck. Damn. Okay, my good. Fuck, I don't even want to do it anymore. It's like no one wants to hear me now. But my good, it's gonna be Dolph Ziggler win the title back on the mic in the Intercontinental feud. I see some people hating it, but I'm like, fuck you, because it's awesome. My bad's gonna be that segment that I didn't watch at the end because I didn't watch it because I knew it was gonna be bad anyways. My ugly is gonna have to be the commentary because commentary tonight was shitty.
Yeah, it was shitty. Barrel.
Ooh. Yeah, it was shitty. Shitty.
Creeper says you can't forget something that doesn't matter in regards to you forgetting Drew.
Thank you, Creepers. So funny. I've heard that so many times when I played that game. It's kind of depressing now. Fuck, now I'm just turning into Samuel Shaw.
All right, guys. Well, let's round things out with the archived edition that you're hearing here. With plugs, you get to hear about all the fun things that we're doing out there. All you people out there listening live, though, don't go anywhere. The live edition is going to continue rolling on here on MegaPowersRadio.com. We're still going to have the phone lines open. If you want to join in on the post edition, dial in area code 760-512-7247. You'll be able to ask us absolutely anything. It's a complete free-balled edition of the Raw post show on MegaPowersRadio.com.
See, even my roommate thinks that one's funny. Ain't that right, AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. See, he thought it was hilarious.
All right. Well, Drew, since you got to talk in front of people, why don't you go first?
Well, you're funny. Well,
come on.
Drew Crew for life. You know, that huge. Fuck Tony's tykes, and my roommate's probably going to think it's weird that I said that, because that sounds completely nothing. And that's it.
All right. Wago?
All right, make sure you check out Addicted to Anime here on Mega Powers Radio, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday. That's the 28th. We're covering Code Geass. We're giving an in-depth review and our thoughts on that, so make sure you check that out. And also, make sure you check out Unanimous Decision MMA. You can go to udmma.com, facebook.com/udmma, and twitter.com/udmma. For all your MMA needs, it's udmma.
All right, folks. We hope you enjoyed listening to this edition of the Raw Post Show here on Mega Powers Radio. If you're listening to the archived, you should be here live because you're going to miss the exclusive portion of the show that's only going to be for the folks here that are listening live that we're going to keep going afterwards here. So if you were listening there, be sure to join us every man, I am just forgetting everybody. No, fuck you, Mango. You get to hear Mango's plugs if you get to listen to the full version in the live edition. Okay, no, Mango, you go ahead.
Do you guys want a CM Punk t-shirt? Well, we're doing a contest on smarkoutmoment.com. Oh, you should have went with the new time count. It would have been a first time count for me in a while. Go ahead, sync it up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
But yes, go to smarkoutmoment.com, enter that contest, do everything else at smarkoutmoment.com. There we go. YouTube.com/smarkoutmoment, iTunes, Stitcher, blah, blah, blah. You guys know those kind of things. And stay tuned to the All Talk Show, which will be coming soon. You can check that out on Facebook and YouTube.com/All Talk Show or Twitter at The All Talk Show.
All right, as I said, you should be joining us live every single Monday night following Raw. MegaPowersRadio.com is the spot to be every Monday following Raw. However, if you can't join us live, we understand you do get to miss out on certain special things we do like we are tonight, but you still get to enjoy the general portion of the show on SmarkOutMoment.com, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are served. And until next time, folks, my name is Mike Paden. For Tony Mango, for Drew White, and for Steven Wago, this has been the Raw Post Show on MegaPowersRadio.com. Good night, and we'll see y'all next week.
It's a mallet.
No, it's a fucking gavel.
It's a fucking mallet.
It's a fucking gavel. Listen.
It's a dog.
It sounds like a gavel. See? It's a fucking gavel.
How do you know the gavel's just